Students, greetings from ICSK. As we approach the Class 10 Math exam, we are here to guide you through the question paper pattern, exam timings, and a quick revision of all the chapters. We have put in our best efforts to compile the most important points to support your preparation. Make use of these resources effectively to strengthen your understanding and boost your confidence. Now I'll tell you about the question paper. Total marks is 80 and the paper is having 5 sections. Section A with 20 MCQ, Section B with 5 2-mark questions, and Section C with 6 questions of 3 markers. Section D we have 4 questions of 5 marks, and the last section E with 3 questions of 4 marks, which are case study questions. And we come to the time management. For Section A, approximately you take 40 minutes. Section B, approximately 25 minutes. Section C, 35 minutes. And Section D, you can have 40 minutes. Section E, we have 30 minutes to do. The last 10 minutes should be taken to check whether any question is missed out, the units you have written, the graph, and cancelling the rough work, etc. Now I am going to brief you about some quick points of all chapters. First chapter is real numbers. We have HCF and LCM of numbers using prime factorization. Learn the property HCF into LCM is equal to product of numbers. Then questions like 3 raised to n will never end with digit 0. Then word problems involving capacity, time, stack, all these things are very, very important. Also revise the questions like root 2 is irrational, root 3 is irrational, root 7 is irrational, etc. And also remember not to skip any steps in these answers. Now we come to polynomials. Here we can expect 1 markers, 2 markers, 3 markers, and case study also. Finding zeros and verifying the relation between zeros and coefficients is very, very important. Learn the polynomials involving root with the roots involved. Questions are important. Revise forming quadratic polynomial when the roots are given. Also learn formulas like alpha square plus beta square is equal to alpha plus beta the whole square minus 2 alpha beta. Alpha cube plus beta cube is equal to alpha plus beta the whole cube minus 3 alpha beta into alpha plus beta. Like that questions you have to revise. Revise all the case study questions involving find the zeros and equations of the polynomials from the graph, maximum height, etc. Linear equations in 2 variables. First is to find the system is consistent or inconsistent. Learn conditions for unique solutions or intersecting lines, infinite number of solutions which are coincidence lines, and no solution which are parallel lines. Also, the graph is very, very important. Revise how to draw the graph and finding the intersecting point. Sometimes area of the triangle can be asked with the x-axis or y-axis. Find the triangle, shade the area, and find out the area. Word problems in this chapter can come for 3 or 5 marks. Revise problems involving 2-digit numbers, age, money, expenditure and savings, taxi charge, time and distance, area of rectangles, fractions, etc. Now we come to quadratic equations. Here, mainly we focus on finding out the roots of the quadratic equation or solving the quadratic equation by splitting the middle term, that is factorization, and we have quadratic formula. Quadratic formula is x is equal to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. In this, b square minus 4ac is called the discriminant, which is used to find out the nature of roots also. Real and distinct roots, b square minus 4ac is greater than 0. Real and equal roots, b square minus 4ac equal to 0. And for no real roots, b square minus 4ac, we get it as a negative number, that is b square minus 4ac is less than 0. Now we come to arithmetic progressions. In this chapter, we have nth term, number of terms, and sum of n terms. Mainly revise the problems involving finding the first negative term, middle term, and find k when 3 terms are in AP. Sum of all multiples of 7 between 500 and 700 like problems you have to revise. Also learn word problems involving log, spiral, tree, potato given in the textbook. We can expect case study questions also from this chapter. Especially remember the terms like The interest at the 5th year, that is A5. Interest in 5 years, that is S5. Now we come to the most important chapter, that is triangles. Mainly the theorem, basic proportionality theorem. Learn the statement and proof. Also remember to draw the diagram neatly. Write, given, to prove, constructions. All NCERT questions and examples are important. The shadow problem in the example sum, it's very, very important. Learn the median problems which are direct and with construction. Remember when to use BPT and similarity. When you have to find the parallel lines as unknown, always use similarity. Also learn the ratios. Ratio of sides is equal to, ratio of medians is equal to, ratio of altitudes is equal to, ratio of perimeter. That is very, very important. You can expect MCQ from this. Now we come to coordinate geometry. Here we expect all types of questions in MCQ, 2 markers, 3 markers and case study also. Remember, for equidistant questions, use distance formula. For finding out the ratios, point divides the line in the given ratio. All these things use section formula. Another important one is finding the fourth vertex of a parallelogram. Remember to use midpoint formula. Use the concept of midpoint of the diagonals are same. Be very, very careful to find the coordinates of the points from the given figures in the case study. Learn centroid of the triangle, which is the concurrent point of medians.
Dear children, now I will brief you about the remaining chapters. We'll start with the introduction to trigonometry. In this chapter, we have some important formulas and some important questions as well. Learn to find the value of a and b when sin a plus b equal to 1 by 2, cos a plus b equal to 1 by 2. These like of values are given. Proving questions based on trigonometric ratios and identities. Learn all the textbook questions and examples. You have to be thorough with the values of trigonometric table. And the next chapter is some applications on trigonometry. You should be thorough with trigonometric ratios like sin 30, cos 30, tan 30, tan 60, etc. Read the questions thoroughly, understand the questions properly, and then draw a neat diagram, label it, and solve the sum based on it. Remember, here mark is there for diagram drawn. Questions related to the height of the tower or building, speed related questions, distance between the cars, ships or people, find the angle, height, length, etc. based on sun's elevation are some of the most important questions from this chapter. Now we have circles. Be thorough with the proof of the first two theorems. One is radius is perpendicular to the tangent and the other is length of the tangents drawn from an external point are equal. Also, numerical problems based on the length of tangent, radius and distance of the point from the center of the circle. Also, perimeter related questions, length of the chord are very important questions from this chapter. Prove that the tangents drawn at the ends of the diameter of a circle are parallel. Then the parallelogram circumscribing a circle is a rhombus. The opposite side of a quadrilateral circumscribing a circle subtend supplementary angle at the center of the circle. These are all some important questions from this chapter. Now we have areas related to circle. Learn the formulas to calculate the area of circle, area of minor sector, major sector, area of minor segment, major segment, length of the arc, area swept when the length of the minute hand of the clock is given. Also revise the problems like when the horse is tied to a peg at one corner of a square-shaped field or a triangle. Find the area that the horse can graze or the area that the horse cannot graze. Also, remember when the angle is given as 120 degree, the area of the triangle can be calculated using the formula half r square sine theta. The next chapter is surface areas and volumes. In this chapter, you have to be thorough with the formulas of lateral surface area, curved surface area, total surface area and volume of the given 3D solid shapes like cube, cuboid, cylinder, cone, sphere and hemisphere. Questions based on finding the total surface area or CSA or volume of different combinations of shapes will be asked. Learn the problems that involve tent where the base area is not considered. Here we expect the case study questions also. Now we have statistics. In this chapter, you have to learn formulas to calculate mean, median, and mode of the given data. Learn 3 formulas to calculate the mean of the given data using direct method, assumed mean method, and step deviation method. Revise the formula to calculate median and mode of the given data. Also, learn empirical formula. Mode equal to 3 median minus 2 mean. That shows the relationship between the 3 measures of central tendency, mean, median, and mode. Missing frequency questions are also very important. And the last chapter is probability. Remember, probability of a sure event is 1. The probability of an impossible event is 0. Probability of an event plus probability of not that event is equal to 1. Then questions based on deck of cards, tossing a coin, 2 coins and 3 coins, questions based on dice, problems like probability of getting 53 Sundays in a leap year or a non-leap year, probability of getting a card with prime number, etc. are very important questions from this chapter. Dear children, with that we have come to the end of this briefing. All the drawings are to be done neatly with pencil and should be labeled properly. Make sure that you attempt all the questions. Wishing you all the best from the Indian Community School, Kuwait.